Good evening. It's almost 7 o'clock, and we have 3 retiring council members, and we have a little gift for them. So if all the council members would please come up here, we'll get started. And then after that, we have 2 meetings. So. Well, I want to say I've really enjoyed working with this city council. I think we've gotten a lot done. And we have these tokens of our appreciation from the Public Works Department. And I'd like to start with Heather Stevenson.
That's why we did it.
Oh my God. Oh my. Oh wow.
And next, Robert Lewis.
Robert. Thank you. Not as much of a surprise.
What is it, Mr. Lewis?
I have a pretty good idea, you know. Lewis Way. Yeah, Lewis Way.
Lewis Lane. I think Lewis Lane would be better. Lewis Lane. Do you want to make a speech?
I'll wait until we get on the lane.
Okay. And, ooh, here I am opening it up. And Brandon Bowersox Johnson.
Wow. How are we gonna
It's an interstate.
Somebody from Public Works deserves an award for the longest sign name, I think.
Bowersox Roundabout?
be a circular sign?
That's really sweet.
Brandon Bowersox Johnson. That okay. Bowersox Johnson Street. Did you want to say something? Did you want to say something, Diane? Okay. Well, you're welcome to come back anytime. And if you want to run again, you can do that too in a few years, like Charlie did, our recycled council member. So, that's right. Okay, we'll get started with the Cunningham Town Board meeting, and that will be followed by the Urbana City Council meeting. And at the end, we will have the swearing in of the 3 new council members. So let's start the Cunningham Town Board meeting. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bowersox Johnson.
Present.
Mr. Jacobson.
Here.
Mr. Lewis.
Here.
Miss Marlin.
Here.
Mr. Roberts.
Here.
Mr. Smythe.
Here.
Miss Stevenson.
Present.
Mayor Pressing.
Here. The first item is the minutes of the previous meeting, April 1st, 2013.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion by Heather Stevenson, seconded by Dennis Roberts. Any additions or corrections? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. The Committee to Verify Bills, Carol Elliott. And this is Carol Elliott's last meeting.
Whoa.
Thank Carol for being our township supervisor.
I spent as much money as I could before I leave office here. So for total town fund, we have $74,017.17. Total general assistance fund, $73,296.63.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the town fund and the general assistant fund.
Second.
Motion by Dennis Roberts, second by Heather Stevenson. Any questions for Carol? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Reports of officers. Carol?
Okay, my parting gift to you all is lots of a lot of dull reading material, but it's important that you have this information. And I also want to thank this board for being supportive of what the township does. There are a lot of townships who don't have the support and the interest in helping people in social service funding, and so you make this job easy. So thank you for that. In addition to the reports that I've listed on the agenda, I'm giving you, at your request, a social service funding report. You wanted to know which agencies that have applied are that they help general assistance clients or wanted to be a work site, et cetera, et cetera. So you have that report. And with that said, there's also a lot of agencies that are not appropriate for workfare sites, but they did respond to that question in the application, so I think that was helpful. The other report I came across also has to do with social service funding. Since I don't throw anything away, I found a report dated August 21st, 1996, written by Bruce Stoffel, which is the proposal for the consolidated social service funding pool, which is the basis for why we're doing it the way we are. So I think you should look at this, and when you get ready to tweak things, this might be a good basis for continuing to tweak things a little more. Okay. All right, now the reports, the other ones that I sent you about the history of Cunningham Township, to the best of my knowledge, is from going through a lot of old minutes, which I still have, a lot of legal opinions, just a lot of information that's in here. And a lot of crucial things happened about the time I started that affected things that happened now. You know, the town board became under the guise of the city council. There's welfare reform. Lots of things happened that if they didn't, it would all be different now. So I hope you find this somewhat amusing, if not completely boring. But I think one of my favorite legal opinions was the one that you should not bring, the employees cannot bring their dogs to work. And we've violated that a number of times by bringing dogs and cats and babies and kittens. So that one didn't go very far. So enjoy that. And then the second piece is an analysis of general assistance applications. Amy Wolf, who's our caseworker, put this together for me. We started keeping track of the number of applications that go in and out, just to try and get an idea of how many more are going. And it was my hope when we started this to be able to provide a lot of information about people, where they lived prior to coming here, whether they're applying for disability, et cetera, but we ran out of time. And with so many clients now, it was harder to keep track of that. But Amy has provided information, and I think I sent this out electronically and also passed around a copy for you that breaks down the number of applications submitted, returned, what happened to them, and you can see it just kind of goes off the grid, and here we end up with this huge caseload. So, and she also put in some information about ages and males and females and things like that that I find interesting. So it may be useful. And that's it.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
Any questions for Carol? Dennis?
Well, really just to thank you. I think it's just so valuable that a person who's had the position you've had shares your knowledge about the history of the evolution of the trustee, our trustee position as on the township. And, reading the document, which I actually went through, I found it very interesting to notice how many programs had been discontinued and unfunded over the years. Yes. Which left people just, high and dry in various services. And So, we try to make the best we can to come back and, catch those people. And my experience personally with the township hasn't been all that interactive as far as, the caseload goes. But most recently in this last month, I actually did get involved with a case, and I was able to bring the individuals having difficulties in the community to the township office, and we got the complete list of all the service agencies that are listed in the brochure that you pass out. And, we went through that. I went through that with the individual, and I think we found, a couple of sources of help that this person can get.
Good.
And so this is exactly the kind of services that when you find an individual who needs assistance, this is a great first stop for sorting out what's possible.
Yeah.
So, the township offers that very important service in our community, and, directed us to a funded source, that would help
That's wonderful.
that person help solve a problem. And I think that's, if we can do that in our township role, we're doing a lot.
Good. Yeah. Thank you.
And I want to thank you as well. I think the Cunningham Township is really doing the job that the township was set up to do, and I've appreciated your work and also the work of the assessors that we've had. I think they've been very professional, and we'll hear more about that later.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to say something too.
Yes, Robert Lewis.
Well, I had an opportunity to work with you just recently.
We had fun. Yeah.
It was a riot, a legal challenge to the township. For all of you, some of you may not know these things go on. I fell into it because I was a senior member and had to do it. So, but it was an interesting process that we went through, and I want to thank you for guiding us through that so well.
We learned something.
We learned something. Yes, we did,
Yeah. And it's written down.
and it's written down several places.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we're at, did you want to say something, Charlie?
yeah.
Go ahead.
And Carol, yeah, thanks for adding all the statistics
Yes.
for the years. You've responded to every question I've ever had. So
Good.
thank
And
you
that
very
will
much.
continue, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, and
Good.
I hope your predecessor knows how to keep this current.
She does it, or my
Success.
yeah. Michelle prepares those every month.
Ah,
so
okay.
you'll
Keep them
continue
coming.
to get the. Oh yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Petitions and communications, is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the Cunningham Town Board? Okay, I don't see anyone. Any unfinished business that we're going to deal with?
Nope.
We'll just leave it unfinished, I guess. Any new business?
Mm-mm.
Okay, there's no further business, so this
That's-
meeting is adjourned, so
Yes.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.